Have you ever felt like you're just fighting a losing battle with your skin? You've got a cabinet packed with all these expensive products, and yet nothing seems to truly work. Well, you are definitely not alone. But what if the real secret isn't about what you're putting on your skin, but what you're putting in your body? Today, we are diving deep into the inside story of your skin. So that's the big question, right? Where should we really be putting our focus? Is it that bathroom cabinet full of serums and creams, or is it the food on our kitchen plate? We're about to uncover this incredibly powerful link between what's going on inside our bodies and the reflection we see in the mirror. And here you can see the two approaches side by side. On one hand, you've got all the topical treatments we know so well, and on the other, you have the nutritional fuel that actually builds our skin from the ground up. Now, both can play a role, for sure, but we're about to see why one of these has a much, much deeper and more lasting impact. To really get this, we first have to appreciate what our skin actually is. It is so much more than just a surface layer. It's our body's largest organ, a super complex, living system that is constantly changing and regenerating. Now get this. This number is pretty mind-blowing. The outer layer of your skin, the part you see and touch, completely renews itself about once a month. Yeah, every 28 to 31 days. That means the skin you have right now is basically brand new compared to last month. So the really big question becomes, what materials are you giving your body to build this new skin? And that brings us to the most crucial point of all. Your skin is an honest reporter. It can't lie. It's basically a mirror that reflects your overall health, your diet, and, yep, even your stress levels. It's showing the world a story about what's going on inside. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty science of it. This is where we see how the food you eat literally becomes the skin you live in. And on the flip side, how a not-so-great diet can physically weaken its structure and lead to some of the most common problems we all face. Okay, think of your skin cells as this little construction crew that is on the clock 24/7. To do their job right, they need a full toolkit. The macronutrients, your proteins and fats, are the literal bricks and mortar for things like collagen. Then you have the micronutrients, vitamins and minerals, which are like the specialized tools that make all the important chemical reactions happen. And then you have water and these amazing things called polyphenols, which are kind of like the maintenance crew, protecting the whole structure from damage. Okay, theory is great, but let's make this practical. Let's connect all this knowledge to the stuff that many of us are dealing with every single day. We're going to look at a couple of really common skin issues and see exactly how diet plays a direct role. So let's start with the big one, acne. For years, people were told that food had absolutely nothing to do with it. But wow, has the research flipped that idea on its head? The scientific evidence we have now is pretty much overwhelming. This chain reaction explains it perfectly. It all kicks off when you eat high glycemic foods. We're talking sugary sodas, white bread, pastries. These things cause a massive spike in your blood sugar, which then triggers a flood of insulin and a hormone called IGF-1. This hormonal surge basically screams at your body to produce more androgens, which in turn tells your skin's oil glands to go into complete overdrive. And the results of all that extra oil? You guessed it, clogged pores and acne. And this gives us a really clear look at the usual suspects. So beyond just pure sugar, a lot of studies have now linked cow's milk, which can also rev up that IGF-1 hormone, and processed fast foods to acne flare-ups. The big takeaway here is that getting a handle on these hormonal spikes through your diet can make a huge, huge difference. All right, next up, let's talk about premature aging. And I'm talking about those fine lines and that loss of bounce in your skin that are influenced by a lot more than just your birthday or how much sun you've gotten. This quote nails a really destructive process called glycation. I want you to imagine that your skin's collagen and elastin are like a network of fresh, springy rubber bands. Now imagine dipping those rubber bands in sticky caramel. They'd get all stiff, brittle, and they wouldn't be able to snap back into place, right? Well, that is exactly what excess sugar does to your skin, leading to wrinkles and sagging. So what's our defense against all this damage? Well, meet your skin's personal security team, antioxidants. These incredible compounds patrol your body, neutralizing these rogue molecules called free radicals, which we get from things like UV rays and pollution, before they can wreak havoc on your skin cells. And the best place to hire this security detail? A diet that's packed with colorful fruits and vegetables. Now, diet is a huge piece of the puzzle, but it isn't the whole story. There's another major internal factor that can absolutely sabotage your skin, and this one actually starts in your mind. We're talking about stress. So, whenever you're stressed, your body releases cortisol, the classic fight-or-flight hormone.
In a short burst, like if you need to run from danger, it's super helpful. But in our modern world, so many of us are living with this constant, low-grade chronic stress, which leads to a kind of steady, low-level cortisol drip. And as we're about to see, that drip can be devastating for your skin.
And man, cortisol wages a multi-pronged attack on your skin. Does any of this sound familiar? Just like sugar, it cranks up oil production, which can lead to acne. It also fuels inflammation, which makes conditions like eczema and psoriasis so much worse. On top of all that, it directly breaks down your precious collagen, makes your skin dry, and even slows down how fast blemishes can heal. It's basically a recipe for a skin disaster. Okay, we've talked a lot about the problems, so let's wrap this all up with the solutions. Think of this as your personal action plan for turning everything we've just learned into simple, powerful habits. First up, start thinking of your plate as your #1 skincare tool. Every single meal is a new opportunity to fight inflammation, so load up on colorful veggies like carrots and sweet potatoes, get your leafy greens in there, boost your collagen production with vitamin C from things like kiwis and oranges, and please do not forget the incredible power of anti-inflammatory spices like turmeric and ginger. These are all serious weapons in your skincare arsenal. And second, you have to manage your mind to manage your skin. And listen, these aren't just feel-good wellness tips. These are actual biological interventions. Regular exercise helps keep those stress hormones in check. Getting enough quality sleep is totally non-negotiable for skin repair. And prioritizing self-care, that isn't an indulgence. It's a core part of any truly effective skincare strategy. So if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that you have so much more control over your skin's health than you probably think. It's not just about the creams you put on it. It's about what you put in your body and how you take care of your mind. Your skin is telling a story every single day. The only real question is, what story are you going to help it tell?